Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time for another pre-market post scan with yours truly, Dex the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com, home of the infamous daily PulseWave market reports that you can get started with as low as $69 a month. Stop playing yourself. Come on over here, man. Get yourself a six pack. You know you thirsty. Get one for a buddy too. All right, so here we are. Turnaround Tuesday. You know, the market owes us a turbo Tuesday. We need to have a rally today to outpace yesterday's rally. And that would be awesome for my long positions. Look, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I just want to get out of the market and take profit. And that's what it is. Now, yesterday, or should I say last night, I was remiss. What up, John? What up, Viwa? It was brought to my attention that I was remiss last night. I was derelict in my duties. I did not cover the gold and the silver chart. I'm so sorry. So I owe y'all a solid. I gotta do you a solid. So I'm gonna hook you up. We're gonna look at that chart. We're gonna look at both gold and silver charts this morning. All right. I won't leave without it. I already got the charts pulled up. We're just gonna dig right in. We're gonna handle that too. All right. Special chart segment. And we'll do that at the end. And then we're gonna go in. Hopefully you guys won't make the mistake I did yesterday and missed a couple good ones. But I was able to capture what I was able to capture. So at least I did participate in yesterday's rally. Hopefully you all can do even better. All right, let's jump into the news. So first thing we got is the ease and cut rate big. Trump pressures Fed to slash interest rates as coronavirus threat grows. Our Federal Reserve has us paying higher rates than many others when we should be paying less, the president tweeted. So that is a direct, now arm twisting coming from the commander in chief. All right, he's saying he wants those rates lowered. He is demanding lower interest rates. Now, yes, it is a self-serving thing because if the rates are lowered, it gives more fuel to the market. That means the Fed turns on their laptop and they log into their trading account. You know, the Fed has the largest trading account in the world. And they go ahead and sign in, log into the PPT account, the Pledge Protection Team account. And then they go ahead and they put buy, and they start buying up and bidding up things, and then the market goes up. All right, so that's one mechanic of it. Another mechanic of it is when they lower those rates, you know, it spews more borrowing, and you know, Fortune 500 companies can borrow, you know, more money for less. So it helps them out. All right, it helps them out. And you want that to happen because without mom and pops or big business, you don't have a job. All right, you just don't have a job. So with that being said, stocks soar on hopes that stimulus will counter coronavirus, but analysts warn the worst may be yet to come. The U.S. and Chinese economic numbers are bound to print horrible readings, and investors aren't going to like it, one analyst said. Again, blaming the coronavirus for your lack of earnings. All right. There was a earnings issue prior to the coronavirus. All right. Let's instead of being conservative, let's be ultra generous and say the coronavirus existed starting November of 2019. How do you explain your earnings in the prior quarters to November, the final quarter of 2019? How do you explain that? See what I'm saying? But right now, it's a popular thing to do to say, hey, it's the coronavirus's fault. You know, it's the coronavirus. But not all of the companies have manufacturing situations coming out of China. So how do you deal with that, especially if you're a service-oriented company and not a retail-oriented company where you're selling more services rather than goods? How do you explain that? Exactly. I say nonsense on this. World finance officials will consider how to cushion economies against coronavirus. The G7 central bankers and finance ministers will discuss their monetary and fiscal policy responses during a call on Tuesday, which is today. So G7 central bankers are getting together. All right. How can we use this to our advantage? And that's basically what it boils down to. They're not going to let a good crisis go to waste. The ECB is reportedly working on a lending scheme for coronavirus hit companies. The European Central Bank is discussing a targeted longer-term refinancing operation directed at small and medium-sized enterprises in the Eurozone, Reuters reported, citing 3 separate sources. OPEC ministers will meet in Vienna to discuss the coronavirus threat to oil demand. The oil exporters are considering cutting oil production by 1 million barrels per day, more than their initial proposed cut of 600,000. Again, blaming the coronavirus now for your oil demand. First of all, oil is the most gangster market on the planet. You've heard me say it time and time again. They are gangster. All right. So we're not going to pity the oil industry at all. It's just gangster. What do you want me to say? It's gangster. Now, with that being said, we're not dumb to what's going on over there with it either. We know that when they cut that production, it helps them to, get those higher prices, because then your supply and demand mechanism gets out of whack. And so they can use that to demand that you pay more at the pump. So, it's a gangster market. What else can I say? All right, so BMW says coronavirus hit China sales, but sticks to its 2020 global target. There has been a significant impact in China, CEO Oliver Zips told journalists on a conference call. Elon Musk is vowing to support Twitter boss Jack Dorsey against the activist hedge fund trying to oust him. Just want to say that I support Jack as Twitter CEO, the Tesla CEO tweeted after Elliott Management ramped up its campaign to replace Dorsey. Well, let's be honest. It's all a monopoly anyway. For those of you that don't know or kind of like out of the loop, monopolies still exist. All right. Ever since the breakup of Ma Bell, that didn't, stop a monopoly. All it did was make monopolies go underground. You basically just replace monopolies with cartels. So here's the difference. Monopoly is one company controlling everything. A cartel is several independent companies agreeing to act as one company. All right, let that sink in for a minute. Instead of one company making all the decisions and controlling the market, you have several companies coming together in agreement to act as one company. So let's just say that there was no other retailer on the planet except for Walmart. Well, then Walmart could set prices, do whatever they want, and they don't fear competition. So they can do whatever they want to do, right? So that's your classic monopoly. They're the only retailer in the world, and if you want goods and services, you have to go there, right? So what the government did was say, let's break up the Walmart / Ma Bell and break it up into pieces, little ones, okay? So now this opens the door for instead of one big giant monopoly, now you have a conglomerate, all right? You have a cartel. Cartels, in my opinion, are worse than the single monopoly. Because with the cartels, what ends up happening is they still manipulate the market. So you have the illusion of choice. If you don't like, the sandwich at this restaurant, you can go to that restaurant. But what you don't know is that behind the scenes, they're all conspiring together to set price, and they determine where you eat without you realizing it. All right. Case in point, here's something that most people aren't even talking about. I haven't heard anybody talk about it. You ready for this? All right. Cable companies slash streaming services. Now you have the illusion of choice. You can say, I'm going to go to Netflix. Nah, I'm not happy with Netflix. I'm going to go to Disney. Nah, I'm not going to go to Disney. I'm going to go with Hulu. Nah, I don't like Hulu. I'm going to go with Xfinity Comcast. Nah, I don't like that. You have all these so-called choices. All separate companies, separate entities, separate CEOs, separate board of directors, yada, yada, yada. Illusion of choice. But at the end of the day, you do not have a choice. And the reason why you do not have a choice is because behind the scenes, they have conspired together to regulate themselves. And they are in agreement with each other as to how that goes about. Example, you want to watch the movie. Let's say you want to watch the Money Masters movie, right? Or you want to watch the Oz when they did, the Money Masters did, or you want to watch Zero, the documentary on 9/11, or you want to watch Food Inc., or you want to watch any of the other incredible documentaries, Vaxxed, whatever, name it, fill in the blank. Now, here's the thing, though. If Xfinity Comcast says you can watch any one of those for free because it's on there on demand, on the free on demand, you'll be able to watch it for free on the on demand. But here's what's going to happen. Let's say Comcast has all the ones I just named, right? But you have to rent them, right? Guess what? You will not find those same videos available to watch for free on any of the other platforms. No, no, no. Nope. If Comcast says you can rent it, you'll be able to rent it at the other ones as well, but you will not be able to watch it for free. It's just the way it goes. Or if Netflix has, let's say there's a trilogy, 3-part movie, and Netflix has the second and third part that you can watch, for free, but they don't have the first part. It's because the first part you have to rent for on cable or at Hulu. So they get together behind the scenes and determine, how and what you're going to be able to watch. Kind of sneaky, isn't it? No one is even the wiser. No one even thinks about it. They just go about their day and they don't even really think, hey, why is this like this? Why is it that I can watch The Mummy 2 and 3 on Netflix for free, no problem, but they don't have 1? Oh, that's because 1 right now is for rent on demand at your Xfinity Comcast. That's some slick stuff right there. That is some sneaky stuff right there. But we're none the wiser. Well, that's no different than the G7 or OPEC or any of these other organizations that conspire behind the scenes and make decisions that we have no control over. And it's not like you voted any of that. You didn't vote and elect anyone to do anything. You have a lot of people that are in positions that the people didn't get a chance to even vote or have a say on. And they get to determine and run your life. Just saying. Now, do you feel sorry for Twitter that this activist hedge fund is trying to replace the CEO? No, because behind the scenes, Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and the like all conspire together, and they work in unison. What one does, the other will do. That's how you know they're operating with one mind, not three minds. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter are pretty much one and the same. They are part of the same conglomerate, part of the same cartel. So when YouTube decided to get rid of Alex Jones's channel, Twitter did the same thing, and Facebook, all in unison, in agreement. How is that even possible? I can't get three politicians in a room to agree on anything, but yet these corporations just woof agree just like that. And I use the Alex Jones example because that's just one example, but there are many. So I think that's really messed up that we have lost freedom of speech in this country. Very sad. Stocks are up. In Europe, Germany's DAX rose 1.9%, and Britain's FTSE 100 rose 1.7%, and the Euro Stoxx 50 rose 1.7%. In Asia, China's Shanghai Composite rose 0.7%, Hong Kong's Hang Seng rose 0.2%, and South Korea's Kospi rose 0.6%. U.S. stocks are set to open higher, with futures underlying the Dow Jones Industrial Average, S&P 500, and NASDAQ up 0.4%. Earnings season rolls on. Target and Kohl's are the highlights. Let me guess. They're going to blame the coronavirus for missing their earnings. Well, because of the virus, people aren't coming into stores and shopping. That is BS. You want to know why? Because regardless of the coronavirus, people still need to eat. They still have to go to the grocery store and buy food. They still have to go to and from work. They still have to go about their daily lives. People are still going outdoors. They still have to put gas in their car and drive. All right. If you look outside, you will see people outside. There's someone outside doing something 24 hours a day. There's always someone out there jogging, walking a dog, working a night shift, coming home in the wee hours of the morning, going to work in the morning and coming home in the evening. I mean, there's always human beings and always human traffic. So to blame everything on the coronavirus is nonsense. It's Super Tuesday. Keep an eye on one who pulls ahead in the race for the Democratic presidential nomination. Like we give a darn. We know that is fixed anyway. It's just what it is, folks. Just keeping it 100 with you. All right, other news. How the super rich are preparing for the coronavirus. Some people are saying, this is more than just a financial crisis. There's a liquidity panic. Fed repos massively oversubscribed amid market turmoil. Very interesting. G7 disappoints. Futures slide after Group of Seven failed to announce new action. Vows to use all appropriate policy tools. Of course, they're not going to do anything. They're only going to do what's going to protect them. Now, here's a real big one. We realize we let you down. Robinhood app back online after outage. When it comes to your own money, issues like this are not acceptable. Robinhood was down all day yesterday. People couldn't get in and out of the market. That is unacceptable. But you know what? That's also the downside and the drawback to using an app. See, instead of a standard brokerage. At least if you had a brokerage account, you can pick up the phone and call the trade desk and say, I need to buy XYZ or get me out of XYZ. You can't do that with an app. There's no there's no trade desk. When it comes to the markets, you want to deal with an entity that has a trade desk. Worst case scenario, you call the trade desk and you're on hold for 45 minutes. I'd rather be on hold for 45 minutes than to be able to not have that option at all. All right. So I just want to keep this in mind, folks, when you're trading, man. Robinhood apps, things like that, they're nice. It's dandy. It's fun. But on days like that, when you can't even access your money and stuff, that's a scary thing. Especially when it comes to today's markets. Markets move fast and furious, and we have to be able to get in and out of the market. Okay, so I just want to say, All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the overnight market, see if there's any possible two-bar Charlie setups. And like I promised, we'll jump into some charts. So Dow futures are up 256 points. So make that 262 points at 26,729. NASDAQ 100 up 98 and 3/4 points at 88.90 and a quarter. E-mini S&P 500 up 26 and a half at 30.91 half. Russell up 16.2 points at 15.17 even. Bitcoin down $150 at 88.25. Nat gas up 3 cents at 179. Oil is up $1.02 at $47.75 a barrel. The long bond is down a whopping 1.530 seconds. That's 1 full point in 530 seconds, trading at 169.30. Gold is up $9.20, back above $1,600. $1,600 an ounce, trading at $1,604.10. And silver is up 10 cents, trading at $16.84 an ounce. The US dollar is at 97.55, up 19 handles, and the euro down 45 pips at 111.30. The pound sterling is up 16 pips at 127.97, and the Aussie is also up 16. Make that 46 pips at 65.80. All right, and as far as food, beans are up 1 1/4 at 902 1/4. Oh, broke the 900 handle. Corn is up 4 at 379 half. All right, let's look at some of these pre-market setups. All right, your Netflix right now is up a little bit slightly in the pre-market. Let's see here. You got Nvidia is also up in pre-market. Starbucks is a little mixed to flat, and your Nike is also looks like it's up a little bit in the pre-market as well. Two-bar Charlie setup possibility so far. Scanning. There's nothing. Scanning. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing. So far. We got a winner. Silver has a bullish two-bar Charlie setup for today. What that means is we can expect an all-day up day and expect for silver to finish in the green today. Bullish two-bar Charlie setup in the silver futures contract. All right. Still scanning. Still scanning. And that does it. That's all we got. So silver has a bullish two-bar Charlie setup today. I like seeing stuff like that. All right. Now it's time to take a look at the charts that I promised you. Since I was so neglectful last night, I apologize. All right, so our first thing we're going to take a look at that we did not have a chance to look at yesterday is gold futures. We have a primary rally alert for today in the gold futures. All right, so I'm anticipating that the market's going to try to get back up toward that 630, 640 handle. So stay long and strong on the gold futures. Here is let's see, silver, because I did promise you that too. Where is it? Here we go. All right, so on the silver futures, primary rally alert for today as well. I'm expecting at least the bottom of the Kumo cloud. That's around the 1740 handle. So I think that's where we're headed right now in the silver. So that should be a nice run for silver. All right, Starbucks. No news signal for the day, but ended really good yesterday. So I'm expecting that it wants to continue and get up toward the bottom of the Kumo cloud, which is around 86. So this one should be good for at least another $4 or $5 run to the top side, provided the stock market can rally some more today. All right, taking a look at the OIH, I'm also expecting continuation. I think the market wants to get at least back up to 10. You know, beggars can't be choosers. I'll take it. So that's my initial target for the OIH on the crude oil ETF. Taking a look at NVIDIA, continuation pattern looking for today as well. I think this one can get back up to at least 290-ish. So this one should be good for at least a $2 run. I know we have this bearish pointer right here, so we'll have to see what happens. But I'm looking to take quick profits if I have to. And Starbucks. All right, there's our opening bell. Let me hurry up and get through this. All right, Nike, looking for continuation. I have resistance around 95, 96, so that's the initial target on that one. So that should be good for at least four or five more bucks. Netflix. Netflix is sideways consolidated right now. That's why I didn't really take a position in that one. So we'll see what happens on that one. That's a watch. Taking a look at Clorox, we have a bullish initial rally alert for Clorox today. And this one can get probably the 176 initial target. Looking at Colgate, Palmolive. All right, this is a primary rally alert as well. I'm looking for at least 74, 75 in that one. I took no trades in the last three. All right, so with that being said, folks, I'll see the rest of you in the trading room. And for those who are not in the trading room, what are you doing, man? Go to PulseWaveTrading.com, get that free account set up. We have some surprises in there for you, some free stuff. Also, take advantage of that 6-pack. It's only 69 bucks. You can get started with us and make some money with us. Break some bread with us, man. Come on over to PulseWaveTrading.com. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I'm out. Peace.